So, some days you wake up, you set an intention, you got all these great things you want to do during the day. You get out in the world and something happens and something else happens. And the next thing you know, you're caught up in this three-dimensional swirl. How do you break yourself out at that point? Well, this is the beginning of the new lunar year and, of course, the new lunar cycle. This is a good time to talk about ways that we can not only break free, but keep ourselves from joining that tornado. My name is Paul, and this is Path of Ascension. Sometimes they just won't leave you alone. You see what I did there? Anyway, yeah, let's get on to the topic. So, first thing, I guess, is we all get triggered by different things. So, let's talk about triggers in the first place. Most of us know what those triggers are, and most of them can see them coming when they come. And even if we've dealt with them before and we learned how to create space for those things, there's always one that gets by, right? So, what I'm going to recommend that you do is let's look at the most common things that you're triggered by. For example, for me, I work in a very busy retail industry. And when I see people who come in who act privileged or are taking advantage of other people, that's usually my biggest trigger. Selfishness or that kind of thing triggers me most. So, in order to curtail that, in order to be able to leave space for that, I've had to really give a lot of thought about what is it that triggers me about that. Is there still something that I feel like I've been selfish at, or I am being selfish in some way? Is that what's pulling this up? Or is it that I don't understand where they are on their path and I don't know how to help them move forward? So triggers like this I've kind of looked at from all angles for myself, and the nearest I can tell, there's only one response to anything that triggers you, and that's to be kind, and that's to be understanding, and that's to be open to the fact that whatever you say to someone in the spirit of kindness is going to improve the situation, their situation and yours. You're not going to think about it later and wish you'd said something different. And I don't know if you've noticed or not, but when somebody expects you to be a certain way, like in a negative fashion, or expects a challenge from you, but you come back to them with something that is exactly the opposite, not challenging, but actually encouraging or uplifting, that sticks with people. It's happened to all of us. Somebody you expected to say something said something polar opposite, and you were thrown. Now you may not think about it at that moment, but later on, that's going to dawn on you. And those are the moments where you can really make a difference in someone's life. Another thing that kind of can get us off our path is being too focused on the results. We get an idea or something that we want to do, we start working on it, and if it doesn't prove or show results right away, we get discouraged. Well, the truth of the matter is, you have to stay passionate with what you're passionate about, and results or timelines don't really make any difference. So, this may be a very obvious thing, but my suggestion would be don't get too hung up on what's going to happen based on what you decide to do. All those things will take care of themselves in time. There are projects that I've started, that I've done, that I got distracted or something else happened. I got involved in something else. That's fine too. You have to allow for that. And this is a piece of it too. Allowing for yourself to change by day, allowing for what you decide is important to change, and veering off, coming back. You're going to, life is not a flat board. It is very much wave pattern. So you're going to make those waves yourself. Just stay focused on what you think is the right thing to do and let the results take care of themselves. Make sense? One other thing that I think might be worth looking at this year, as we grow spiritually, our beliefs change. And as they change and expand, I think the important thing is to not get too hung up on those beliefs. Yes, have the experiences, learn and grow from them, but the more we get stuck in our own belief systems, the more limited your exposure and your experience will be. I think when I see people who are struggling with a lot of things, uh, when you confront them or talk to them about that, it always seems like it's because this belief system they have, they're holding so true and so close to their heart that they cannot be open to anything else, any other ideas or any other experiences. So this is not just people living in a 3D consciousness. This is all of us. We all are going to learn and grow. You know, where I am now may not be where I was 2 years ago, but it's also not where I'm going to be in 2 years. So unless I remain open to change and open to new beliefs and new ideas, I'm not going to make that 2 year place, right? A couple other quick things that I thought of that I jotted down. One is be just as open to failing as you are to succeeding, because both are great. It's great when you succeed, you learn from that, but you learn even more from when things don't work out for you. So be open to that. Allow everything. This last one may be a little obvious too, but I just want to bring it up. When you speak your truth, don't expect everyone to agree with it, because most people probably won't. But that's got to be okay, because it's your truth, right? So, if that is part of what you've experienced this year, where, well, I haven't said anything about this because I just don't think people are going to accept it, let all that go. Speak your truth and allow the fact that some people are going to be benefiting from it and some people are not. That's about all I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I'm going to put in the description box a couple links that might be useful. I do have the Path of Ascension newsletter that went out. The first one went out in April. There may be a supplemental before May, but usually they're going to be out once a month. If you'd like to sign up for that, that link will be below. Also, I'm still accepting clips, music, videos, sounds, anything that you have that you'd like to contribute to the new Earth Orchestra. That link will be down below there as well. Keep in mind, any and all of this information is available on my website, pathofascension.org. Thanks again for watching, guys. Here's an interesting quote.